Call of Juarez Gunslinger is the fourth title in the Call of Juarez series and is a bit of a reboot after the last game, The Cartel, which received mostly poor reviews overall. I'm actually a big fan of the series' second title, Bound in Blood, and after a disappointing third game, I was a bit pessimistic but hopeful that the series could be rebounded with Gunslinger. So does it? This is my review of Call of Juarez Gunslinger. I have to say the first thing that caught my attention in Gunslinger is its art direction. I think it'd be best described as Borderlands in the Old West, and oddly enough, while I'm not a big fan of the Borderlands concept art style, it oddly feels perfect in Gunslinger and makes for a rather beautiful setting. You play as Silas Greaves, a notorious bounty hunter and probable bullshitter, as he recalls many of his infamous exploits that have often been depicted in Western dime novels. Silas is voiced by John Saigon, and many gamers will probably recognize his voice from his numerous works in other games, such as Command & Conquer 4, Medal of Honor, Dead Island, Halo 4, previous Juarez games, and many, many more.
Until I realized nobody was looking for me, I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The gameplay is a pretty straightforward shooter with a heavy arcade feel, and it reminds me of those older stand-up arcade machines with the attached guns. The level design is fairly linear as you progress through each setting, but many of them do offer slightly off-the-path routes to sneak up behind enemies or come at them from an unexpected direction. Killing enemies will yield experience as Silas levels up. The amount of experience gained reflects upon how skillfully or creatively you take down opponents. Headshots are worth more than gut shots, long-range rifle shots yield more experience, and being creative with environmental objects like powder kegs and dynamite adds to the bonuses. Leveling up unlocks multiple skills that are spread across 3 trees. Each focus on a different aspect of style or gameplay and allows you to more customize your desired weapon preferences, such as shotguns, dual-wielding Colts, or rifles. The game does play fast and loose with historical accuracy, but I didn't really care as it's still fun to be able to come across Western legends like Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett, Curly Bill, and many, many others. As a way to redeem the wildly unhistorical gameplay, they have included hidden items in each level that unlock short snippets of actual historical information on different characters, places, and items. While I'm not usually a fan of the hunt and seek items in games, I actually didn't mind these and thought they were a nice touch. Besides the story mode, which is the meat of the game, Gunslinger also includes an arcade mode, which allows you to replay different settings of the game, except this time your goal is to quickly move through the level, racking up kills and combos as you go. You can then see your times and scores on a leaderboard and compare them to your friends. Lastly, the game includes a duels mode, which gives you a chance to replay the gun duels throughout the game. You are given 5 lives, and it's a contest to see how far you can progress through them. It would have been interesting had Techland included a way to create a player avatar and then allowed us to compete against others in duels, but alas, maybe next time. I did experience a few bugs, however. First and most annoyingly, Techland's Chrome engine suffers from a reoccurring audio bug that plagues some USB headphones. Sadly, my Razer Megalodon happens to be one of them. The bug has been around in other Techland games such as Dead Island and causes a nasty static sound on occasion. Techland claims a patch is on the way, but as this has been an issue since Dead Island, I'm not holding my breath. Lastly, I did encounter a few cases of poor AI pathing. One led to an end-level boss dry humping a stack of wood while I unloaded my guns into his face. Thankfully, it only happened a few times, and you may not even have an issue. While I had no issues on my Radeon 6870, I have heard a few grumblings from NVIDIA players over frame rate issues and black border glitches. Overall, it was a fairly smooth experience for me, but if you are an NVIDIA card user, you may want to check up on the Steam forums to see if this has been resolved. Overall, I had, and I'm still having, a lot of fun with Call of Juarez Gunslinger. It's a slickly done arcade shooter that gets the series back on track in my opinion, and with a price point of only $15 on Steam, I highly recommend it. I'm giving Call of Juarez Gunslinger an 8 out of 10.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.